Good morning and happy Saturday. It is such a beautiful day here in Osoyoos. Blue sky, no clouds. I hope that you have a wonderful morning as well. Today we are going to be talking about water. And water is a very, very important thing that we need to consume on a daily basis. We humans can go weeks without eating, but only a few days without water. We need to drink water to survive. So did you know the body is made up of about 60% water, the lungs almost 90%, and the brain almost 70%. So there are a few things that our body does for water, or what our water does for our body. Our body uses water to help regulate temperature and to maintain bodily functions. Because we lose water through breathing, sweating, urination, and digestion, it's important to rehydrate by drinking fluid and eating foods that contain water every day. So water does more than quench our thirst and regulate our body's temperature. It also keeps the tissues in our body moist. You know how it feels when your eyes, nose, or mouth gets dry? Keeping your body hydrated helps it retain optimum levels of moisture in these sensitive areas, as well as in the blood, bones, and the brain. Water also helps protect the spinal cord, and it acts as a lubricant and cushion for your joints. Each day, your body must replace approximately 2.5 liters of water through ingested liquid and foods. So, right at this moment, can you say that you drink or eat 2.5 liters of water a day? That is a lot. That is 10 cups of water, I think. Yes, 1 liter is 4. A little bit early to be doing math. Another really important thing that we need to know: many mineral nutrients are essential for maintaining fluid balance in the body. A few that come to mind are potassium, calcium, phosphorus, and magnesium, but the most important one is salt, sodium, because it helps our body absorb and retain more water. But the thing about salt is that it is in so much of our food that most people eat way too much salt every day, or sodium every day. So the analogy that I use in the book is, think about the motor oil you use in your car. It doesn't make the engine run, but it is necessary to keep everything running smoothly. So to function normally, we require around 500 milligrams of sodium throughout our diet a day. Athletes need up to about 2,000 milligrams. But what I've read and what I've known is that we eat way too much salt. Too much salt retains excess fluid in your body, makes you feel bloated, and then your body has to function and work harder. And I learned all of this when my husband had congestive heart failure, and we had to get rid of all the sodium in our food. And that's when I started reading labels. I was making us a sandwich one day, so I went to the store and I bought a bun, and I bought the cheese, and I bought some meat. And I think that sandwich was around 1,000 milligrams. And that was just a sandwich. That was nothing else during the day that we had eaten. And the one condiment that really blew my mind is soy sauce. Soy sauce has approximately 1,086 milligrams per tablespoon. And that, if you think about 1 tablespoon, is not very much. And how much do you put on your food when you're eating it? How much do you put it in your sushi? It's crazy how much sodium that we all eat. And no wonder the scale goes up and down if you're using a scale. No wonder you feel bloated. I don't know if you've ever had smoked salmon or something, and then, a couple hours later you can barely bend your fingers because they are so swollen from the salt. So the question is, how much water should we drink in a day? And most health authorities say that we should drink at least 8 cups, so that's 2 liters of water a day. It's known as the 8x8 rule. So the question many ask is, can we drink too much water? From what I read, it's virtually impossible to do that. And yes, there are some illnesses where water intake should be kept to a minimum or under the guidance of your health professional. But too much fluid in your body, as I said earlier, can make it harder for your heart, especially if you have a weakened heart, to pump. So it's really important that you check out your sodium just to see how much you are actually eating in a day. So, still not sure if drinking water is for you because there's a lot of people that don't like to drink it. Look at the benefits. Increases energy and relieves fatigue. Promotes weight loss. Flushes out toxins. Improves skin complexion. Maintains regularity. Boosts your immune system. Relieves headaches. And prevents muscles cramping. Good morning, Tanis. Happy Saturday. So what do I do? What do I do for my water? Well, I can honestly tell you, I drink 11 cups of water a day, and I am consistent. And that is the key to drinking water, is to be consistent with what you're drinking. So I start my day off every morning with 2 cups of water. I heat it up for about 50 seconds, and I drink it down. Because if you think about it, your body has dehydrated the whole time that you've slept. So let's wake up the organs, let's wake up the body and just drink 2 cups, and then you've got 2 cups gone, and then you're good to go. Then I have a 4-cup bottle that I fill up, and I carry it with me everywhere I go because I want to make sure that I'm drinking the same amount of water. Once that one's empty, I fill it up again. And every night before I go to sleep, I have a cup of chamomile tea. So those are my 11 cups that I drink every day, 7 days a week. So if you can get into the groove, maybe perhaps you're not drinking enough and you need to find a way of getting your drink. The first time when I started to get into drinking water, I went out and I bought 8 500 milliliter bottles of water. Now each one of those bottles holds 2 cups of water, and I put 4 elastic bands around one bottle, or I would take all 5 bottles with me, and that was my water that I drank every day. But if you just have a bottle and you know it's 2 cups, put 4 elastic bands around it. And every time you drink one of those bottles, take one of the elastic bands off. If you're drinking out of a 2-cup bottle, once you've taken the 4th band off, now you're on your last bottle of water that you have to drink for the day. And believe me, it feels like you're drinking water all day long, and you actually are, but the body's going to thank you. In the first 3 days that you do this, you're going to be going to the bathroom on a regular basis. But once your body gets hydrated, once it hits that point of equilibrium, you should only be going to the bathroom every couple of hours. So I hope this has really helped you. It's very important for our body to drink a lot of water, and especially as this is such a hot day today, I hope people are going to be walking around with water bottles and hydrating all the time, because we know that there are those other things that can happen to us if we don't drink enough water. Anyway, I hope that's helped. Have the most wonderful day. Stay hydrated, and I'll talk to you again very soon. Bye for now. Thanks for joining me.